Fwadia back on Behind the Gloves with another interview. I'm joined by the one and only Hamzah Sheeraz. First of all, before we get into anything, just give us a little insight of what we're doing here in Birmingham today.
We're at TV Promotions charity show. He's raising money for Kashmir. He's doing a good job, as you see. What was your first time here? Yeah, he's doing a good job, man. He's done a few shows before. But yeah, he's raising money for charity, so yeah, he's doing a good thing and raising boxing awareness as well, man.
Yeah, so we saw plenty of fights there. Head guarded, no head guarded. We could call it unlicensed, you could call it white collar, but the whole impression of the evening is really to give a chance to the guys who don't have exactly extended time for boxing but still want to get involved.
Yeah, no, 100% like you said, but the main thing is them getting involved, raising money and participating at the end of the day. So whatever it is, it's good for a good cause.
Alright, just moving on to you. Last time I saw you was obviously post-fight on the Daniel Dubois undercard. Scheduled 8-rounder, but finished it in 1 round. Was there anything that you could really take from that fight?
There wasn't much I could take from the fight, but there was stuff I could take from training and sparring, like just little clips from like having hard spars and everything. Like I said, the fight was what, 1 minute and 30 seconds. If you watch it, I suppose if my coaches watched it, they could definitely pick out something. But like I said, yeah, it was more from the training and from the sparring.
And moving on to your next fight, which takes place on the 30th of November, if I'm correct. I've been told it's for the European title, but I've not seen anything on BoxRec or any confirmation. Just give us a little bit of insight into that.
No, I think it is on BoxRec. Yeah, I think it is on BoxRec. Yeah, no, it's my first title shot. I think this is the right time. Like I said in one of my interviews before, I think it was with this channel. I said when I step up, I want to make sure I'm ready, and I feel this is the time because there's only so many journeymen you can beat at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? And look good at the same time. So yeah, it's time to step up now. So enter the big boy league.
You're 9-0 and you are going to fight for the European title. What kind of path do you want to get to the top? What kind of route are you looking into to go right to the top?
I'll leave that with my manager Andy Ailing and my promoter Frank Rowan. Whatever route they want me to go, whether that's area, whether that's, like I said, European, which I've got next, or whatever, man, just take it step by step really. My main focus is on the next fight. That's where all my energy is, and that's where it all will be on, man. Just take that, have that fight, and then hopefully do another interview again after that.
Oh, most definitely, hopefully. Just moving on now. I'm going to start asking more of this question with young prospects like yourself. It's just to touch on the upcoming event in LA between KSI and Logan Paul. My question to another young fighter earlier this week was, being you have to sell your tickets, you have to grind your way to the top, and which you have already done to earn your place to get the European title shot to fight on big shows. How do you feel when you see 2 YouTubers who've had one white collar bout fighting on a huge stage on one of the biggest platforms, being DAZN?
I think you got to look at it this way. They grinded their way to where they are as well. They were once in their life, they were grinding to become the biggest YouTubers they are. So at the same you have to respect their grind. But I also think that I think it's a good thing as well because they're so big, and only making an exception for them because they're that big, and they bring, like I said in my opinion, they bring new followers into boxing. I watched an interview the other day. Someone said that I think only like not even 1% will carry on following boxing, but I honestly think they will. Listen, if you're going to go to a show and you watch someone like Billy Joe Saunders, who's easy to watch on the eye, you're going to want to follow boxing regardless at the end of the day. And plus, when you go for the buzz, you might just be going for the fighters, but as you've seen, like when Sweet Caroline and everything comes on, it's a whole new buzz, isn't it? So I think boxing will have a lot more new fans.
Fair enough. It seems like everyone in boxing doesn't necessarily think it's a bad idea. Especially, I thought young fighters like yourself might have a different opinion on it, but it seems like everyone's pretty level-headed about it.
No, I could sit here and be bitching all day, but first of all, my opinion would be irrelevant. So what I might as well do is look at the positives of it and just grow on it really, and just like take it as it comes. Because, like I said, me bitching off it wouldn't stop it. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. But yes, I just take the positives from it, and I think boxing will get a lot bigger, 100 million%.
Most definitely. And lastly, I just want to touch on a subject which Ali, our friend, brought up in the ring, and it was about Asians in boxing, which really Asian in sport seems to be always lacking, but this sport, boxing, seems like it seems like there's been quite a few with the successes of Amir Khan and Prince Naseem Ahmed. Why do you think boxing seems to be the sport, the go-to sport for Asian/Muslim boxers? I think what the main thing is, like you said, Muslim boxers. I think the religion and the sport teaches very similar
aspects of life in and out of the ring, like respecting your coaches, respecting your elders, and always following a set of rules. I think that's what the main thing is. And also, you know what it's like with most Asian parents, it's either they just make sure you channel your energy into something positive. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I think. Like, look, you got fighters such as Akib, you got Amakiani who's just turned pro, you got Sheeraz Masood who's making big noises. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of us. So even if one of us doesn't make it, you still got another one to count on. But inshallah, at the end of the day, we all make it, and at the end of the day, shed positive light on for ourselves, really.
Did you find any struggles coming up in the boxing scene, being an Asian or a Muslim?
It wasn't that. I didn't think that's what it was. What it was, I didn't really have the best amateur career, so I started from the bottom. Like, I had the most simple contract kind of thing, and I let my fist do the talking. Do you know what I mean? Whereas other people, they got team members doing this for them, doing that for them. And then if you go in the ring, if you do your thing, if you worry about what's in the ring and not out the ring, you're gonna get recognised regardless.
Very well said. Well, Hamzah, Sheeraz, hope to see you after your next fight. Thank you very much. Cheers, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking this icon right here, or else